We're about to take it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Tony and Lee on the radio. Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The love got me going live on the radio. Two mics and the mind on the radio. Radio, turned up 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 on the radio. Two nights and the mind. Two nights and the mind. Two nights and the mind. Two nights and the mind.
Hello, guys.
What is going on? Listen, I want y'all to know that I'm feeling good. I'm doing good. I'm looking good. What more can I say? Oh, yeah. Y'all see it. That beautiful smile. Look at that. I got the white turtleneck with the white teeth. Look at that. Ah! Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Chavez, y'all don't be waiting on me. That's all I got to say.
Don't do that, Smitty.
Y'all do not wait on me.
Don't do that. Cause I'm about to have a staff meeting right now on live stream.
He said he's gonna have a staff meeting right here on live.
Have a staff. Oh, it's on you too.
No.
I want to know, what do I need to do so that y'all can show up on time for y'all job? That's what I want to know.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Be on time.
It ain't me.
Listen. I'll be on time. I be sitting here. I
was on time, but nobody's there, so I leave, and I'm like, and then I come back.
Was there. I showed up for work on time. I showed
Me
up for
too,
work on time
but then
so much.
I went to get some coffee. I went to get some coffee, but nobody's there.
I want to know what time did the show start? What time did the show start?
I said, okay, it's 8:30. Let's go. How many times say that night?
Hold on. So if the show starts at 8:30, then what time do y'all need to be at y'all desk?
What time I get here? I get here before 8:30.
No, y'all 8:36, 8:38,
20,
8:41, and it's getting worse and worse. And
yes.
I've seen it happen. I've watched this happen over the course of time. I say, you know what? I'm not gonna say nothing. That's not my place. I'm gonna stay in my place. Now y'all making me look bad.
It ain't me, so I can clearly say y'all don't be waiting on me.
Dr. Joe, what's up with you? Why you don't be on time, Dr. Joe?
I was, but then I didn't see anybody at the office, so I went to get a coffee. So
Dr. Joe, I was at the office. What time did you come? to the office?
It was clear. There was nobody in the office. I say, all right, let me go get some coffee, take a little break, come back. By the time you guys got back,
I was at the office. I was in the bathroom, but I was at the office. When nobody. Matter of fact, I'm the one who turned the lights on in the office. I'm the one who unlocked the door.
It was dark.
When you
it was dark when I got there.
Lights was on.
It was dark when I got to the office. It was dark, and nobody was there. So I was like, all right, be back.
Julie, I need you to speak up. Why are you not on time at the office? Come on now.
Always on time. I'm early usually. And
Julie, you know what I want you to do? What do you need to do to fix the problem? I want you to be honest. What do you do to fix the problem? Tell me what the fix is, too. What's the fix?
Nothing. We're gonna do better. We have to.
Guys, audience, we're gonna do better.
A lot of talking before we come on. We talk about
that is true. We do a lot of talking
minutes before we start.
Listen, my thing is this. It's one thing when you show up late, but don't show up late and be unprepared. Don't do that.
That's your fault because you always want to. But that's fine because I know how you function, and that's fine. And it's great.
I tell you what. I'm a forgiving person because you know what?
Why?
I ain't always been as punctual as I am. I used to be tardy as well.
Me too.
I understand how y'all live, and things can happen. So I don't want to hold y'all to a standard that I might in myself violate in the future.
I do have to say,
y'all, I want y'all to be forgiving to me in the future. That's what I want y'all to do.
Okay. I do have to say that Thule is one of the people I know that is on time to everything. So I'm surprised when she's not on time on here. She actually pushes me to be on time because I've also been very tardy in the past. Even in my job, I feel like I do my own schedule. I've even changed meetings because listen, I just feel tired of this. But Thule is a person that she said, you got to be here on time. So I have been changing. Her and my husband, they pushed me. I have been working on it, and I'm doing better for 2 months.
You really are, and I'm so proud of you. Yes, ma'am. I work with people now that's not their thing. Being on time is not their thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, I gotta work with them on this. This is not gonna work for me. So, but yes,
she has pushed.
What I want to do is listen. I totally understand. Listen.
Uh-huh.
All y'all said is y'all want to do better. You know what? If y'all want to do better, what I'm gonna do?
Better.
I want y'all to do
I want to do better. You sick.
That's all I want y'all to do. That's all I want y'all to do.
What you say?
Oh yeah.
Okay, how about we all do better? I said one.
Listen, you know what?
This is 2 nights in 1 month.
That's all we doing. Listen. My goal as the love daughter is if each one can reach one, then we can teach one. I don't talk it, I live it. People out there watching, see what I'm living. I just displayed that for all the viewers right now. They just see I don't talk it, I live it.
Ooh.
So let's do it. Let's do it. So moving on to housekeeping. The last item I want to know is next week. Is we having a show or is we ain't having a show?
Oh, we don't know. Probably. Well, people gonna be at home roasting chestnuts and sitting by open fires. We can give them some entertainment if they're not listening to.
I don't know. I even forgot what was next week.
So did I.
But bueno, if you have to eat that turkey, you go ahead and eat that turkey here on the screen. We all can eat that turkey together.
What?
I wasn't even aware of what was going on this week.
I'm gonna tell you what's going on today. Today is on the show. It's a special tribute that we were doing. We're doing an all men, real men wear white today. Is what we're doing. Ooh. It's called Real Men Wear White. That's what we're doing. There we go.
Tony got
welcome to the show, Tony. Welcome.
Man, I lost him.
Appreciate you for wearing your white today, sir.
If I wonder what, I'm still gonna be a real man.
Oh man.
Yeah, the man make us stuff as he going.
Oh yeah.
What's going on?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. What more can I say?
So we ain't gonna tell the truth about nothing.
Oh, listen, look. I got my white shirt on with my white lighting. Look at that. Make the eyeglass do that. See, your eyeglass can't do that, could it? Yeah.
People were asking me, why is it that guy always wears sunglasses?
Listen, you see that face?
My sunglasses.
Do you want to look at that face?
Oh, that's a good answer. I told him I didn't know I was gonna ask.
Yeah, these right here not sunglasses. I wear these because my future's so bright. I gotta wear shades.
Ah,
wow.
Okay. Ooh, original.
Right.
Yeah.
Very inspiring.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad a lot of stuff going on. I'm glad a lot of stuff going on in the news today. Y'all been keeping up?
Yes.
Kind of. Jesse,
I got a lot of topics. I know Thule shared a lot of topics. And we want to jump on into these topics. But before we do, Dr. Joe, tell me what we need to do.
We need to hit that cash up.
Yeah.
Right now, today, you guys have to 10:30. Hit the cash up.
Everybody hit that cash up. Thule?
Hit that like, subscribe. What y'all waiting on? We want to see it get up. How many likes? Can we see how many likes we got on now?
How many?
I know that's right. We need to get more likes.
That's what
we got 21 people in here. That means we need to have 21 likes.
And we should have more people.
21 people. I know it got 21 people. That means we should have 42 likes. Everyone will call a friend. Tell me.
That's right. Everybody hit the like button.
She said we got 6 likes. That's it.
Wow.
No, we need to have more likes than that. Dr. Joe, tell us some corny jokes. Dr. Joe's gonna tell y'all corny jokes, and she ain't gonna stop till y'all hit the like button. Go ahead, Dr. Joe.
Oh my gosh.
I'm finna say something.
Go ahead and punish the people, Dr. Joe.
I don't know if I'm not.
Dr. Joe, you are very funny when nobody's watching. But
that's naturally, it's not joke.
The camera on, it just. I'm trying to tell you, performing in front of an audience is really different.
I think is you're different when you're talking to people about certain things versus when you are just chilling, I guess, with someone. You just could just let go. Especially for ladies, you can just act crazy all the time. You gotta sustain. Right. I heard from somebody this Wednesday, you gotta sustain. You gotta hold yourself. You can't act crazy. So I have to sustain here in public.
So can y'all tell when somebody's crazy or not?
Yeah.
So mainly,
what I would like to do is I would like to share with y'all a recent video that I saw, and this video is posted on Fox News. And I want y'all to look at the encounter, and I want y'all to tell me if y'all think this particular person is crazy or not. The video is about 2.5 minutes long. It's a little disturbing, but before I post, I want everybody to know this is fair use. YouTube has been taking down our videos and striking some of our videos, but I want everybody to know this is fair use, fair use, fair use. That being said, y'all ready?
Yes.
All right, let's go. Let me reload the picture how I get it. There we go.
All right, man. All right, so we'll be in touch. Sounds like a plan. You gonna dap me up? All right.
What?
He was a dead man. I want you to He was a dead man.
What is happening?
They're choking him out.
What?
2 minutes might be. That's how long it'll take me to die without oxygen to the brain.
Wait, what happened? Oh, I lost connection.
Yeah, you can hear a struggle going on in the background. What just happened?
I was cut off while I knew. They gonna show you a man die unalive.
Right.
Well, that's an attempted murder, so he didn't succeed. It was attempted murder. So I guess he set his phone up. So everybody can see what he was doing.
He was dead man.
Oh, that definitely killed him.
He was a dead man. The moment you took my daughter in that room and you couldn't tell me, you couldn't show me video or no. This for any worker. The thing that they found put my daughter and think they ain't got to talk to me. You was a dead man.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that hand.
Yeah, I see that hand.
Yeah.
I'm already ready to go to jail.
Oh.
He ain't dead.
Go ahead, call the cops. I'll be waiting.
Wow.
Anybody
So he was live streaming this whole entire
In
encounter.
the hotel.
Live streaming it.
What in the world?
I guess he took his daughter up in a room. She might have been a minor.
Anybody else think it's okay? Huh? Is it okay to take little girls in the room?
Yeah, he took his daughter.
Yeah, said taking his daughter in the room.
She was a minor. He living. They moving.
You still breathing?
So. He didn't want to kill her. He getting his oxygen.
Yeah.
The girl was 14.
No. I called the cops already. And they didn't want to do nothing. I can't. Nobody take my daughter to. No, I didn't. He's still breathing. I ain't make point.
Oh, he wants to kill him.
They had a 14-year-old girl in there.
No, I didn't.
Hey, big buddy, I don't want
So
to
the
run.
video is pretty much about the end right now.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to do is I want to show y'all the news story
Mm-hmm.
that the news reported and may give a little more background as to what's going on because I was still in the process of trying to figure out exactly all the details. But before I do play the news story, from what y'all see, do y'all think this dude is crazy? What do y'all think?
Not at all. I think YouTube is crazy for allowing stuff to go up there when you show it for commentary to just show what's going on in the world. They pick and choose. They want to block you out. You know, people need to know what's going on out here, whether from child trafficking or, you know, they'll let TikTok and everybody else show these kids jumping and beating people up. This is a serious situation. This man found an adult. If this guy is an adult, you know, taking his 14-year-old little daughter inside of a hotel room. He said, if he correct, he said he called it, but they're like the hotel. They're like a hotel.
So it's that person is supposed to be of the Department of Children and Families.
That's why he's at.
Can we get to the article so that we won't make assumptions?
All right. Let me play the YouTube video. I have not watched this YouTube video yet, so I'm gonna learn about it just as y'all have.
Okay, the news.
That man is out of the hospital recovering at home, but this incident is raising concerns about safety. And again, we want to warn you, this video is disturbing. A vicious, unprovoked attack recorded by the attacker, streaming live on Facebook as police say he attempted to kill a state employee. Mesa police say this happened on Tuesday around 4 p.m. inside this building at Alma School Road in Southern, an Arizona Department of Child Safety office. The suspect, DeAndre Terrell Johnson, beginning his live stream as he sat down with a DCS employee to discuss his case involving his children.
With all this DCS, I want to introduce you so that we can have a proper introduction on this.
Growing agitated when the employee doesn't want to be in his live stream.
I want to introduce you. Don't be afraid. You hold a public position, man.
At the end of the hour-long meeting,
You gonna dap me up?
Johnson puts the employee in a chokehold, attempting to strangle him. 2 minutes go by.
You was a mother dead man.
The employee doesn't appear to be moving.
You was a dead man.
Then you hear witnesses in the background.
You was a dead man.
The whole attack lasting 2.5 minutes.
He's still breathing. I ain't make my point.
Records obtained by 12 News show multiple people called 911 and Johnson left. First responders finding the victim lying on the ground injured in an altered state of consciousness. As he was taken to the hospital, police began their search for Johnson, and when they found him, he fled, prompting a pursuit. Officers deploying a grappler, but that still didn't stop him. He was ultimately tracked down and arrested within 3 hours of the assault.
No, I didn't.
This violent attack raising questions about security for DCS employees. Earlier this year, citing budget cuts, DCS cut ties with a security company which provided guards to protect caseworkers during visits at a Phoenix field office, leaving some employees questioning the department's priorities. In response to Tuesday's assault, staff received an email reminding employees to use an emergency communication software they have access to in case of an emergency, and to consider meeting with parents in pairs. When 12 News asked if those measures would prevent a similar attack from happening again, a DCS spokesperson said, although there is no way of predicting or stopping an unprovoked attack, Alert Media can help in receiving immediate law enforcement response in escalated situations or when a staff member feels unsafe. This victim, who DCS says is now at home recovering, later told police from the hospital that Johnson threatened his life a week prior, but he was able to calm him down. Doctors described his injuries to police as absolutely serious, saying the victim almost died. Johnson now faces an attempted first-degree murder charge, in addition to 2 counts of aggravated assault and unlawful flight from police. DCS says it's conducting a comprehensive review of this incident. Johnson is being held on a $500,000 cash bond. We're in Mesa. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
Y'all talk to me. What do y'all think?
Wow, it's a lot.
I'm trying to figure out what happened. That really didn't tell me what happened. Just told me about
it really. I'm still trying to. Yeah.
Is there any article? Because I mean, he did say he had the daughter upstairs, but usually the upstairs of the DCS are offices.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out and then he tried to do the same thing a week prior. It could be that they were having some issues in not letting him see the daughter for some issues.
Okay, I found one article.
Okay.
Said that. Okay, it said that he alleged that the caseworker had visited his 9-year-old daughter's school and brought her into a room to talk to her one-on-one. He said, you took my daughter into the room and you couldn't tell me or show me no video. He was angry at the school for not telling him about the encounter with the door closed with the man, and they can't tell me what happened. And he said, now my daughter don't want to come back to school. We got issues. You're going to get to know me today. So I'm not sure.
Sound to me, I mean, y'all let me know if I'm misreading it, but it sounds, with the piece of information you just gave me, it sounds like there may be a potential pedophile thing going on or something.
No.
But then I don't know, because if he DCS, then that means there's already other issues that's been going on, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If DCS is involved, there are issues at home. Right. And DCS is allowed to see a kid one-on-one. They have permission. But I mean, she doesn't want to go back to school. That's another problem. Like, why is the girl not wanting to go back to school? But like you said, DCS is involved. That means there's problem at home.
Right. And you don't know. I mean, let me ask you a question, Joe. If you were talking to a student, would you close the door?
Yeah. Well, I'm usually in a conference room, but door is closed if it's talking about confidential stuff.
Correct. Does the sensitivity of the case matter whether you have the door closed or not? Or it would just be, just say, for instance, child abuse, but would it be different for sexual abuse? Would you still close the door regardless of the situation? Just for privacy, for the child's privacy.
Yeah. Usually I try to ask for a conference room when I go do assessments at the schools where there's windows. But some of the schools don't have windows and you are allowed to close the door.
And it's just you and that child? Or does it? Okay. I was just wondering. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's very difficult. The only thing there is, again, like Bueno said, DCS is involved, and then another thing is like, why isn't the child not wanting to go back to school? And then the meeting happened in school. So did something happen in there where the reason why the child doesn't want to go back to school? And then why is this involved?
It could be embarrassment. What you think, Tony?
Yeah, it could be.
Because I got family issues. The people I got pulled out my class.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, possible. No.
Well, all I know is the news lady said that he talked to that guy, the caseworker, for an hour. And the conclusion of that hour, from body language, the caseworker appeared that everything was okay because he was like, "Give me a pound, give me the pound." And the caseworker gave him the pound and walked away like everything was okay. And he turned to me, turned his back, he got him.
Now, what was the problem a week prior? Like, did it say why he also tried to?
I'm trying to search for more evidence and more details. I just don't know, because those are great questions. All the questions y'all ask are good. I just can't find articles with more information. In the comment section, if y'all know more details, post it.
And that's the thing. DCS has a lot more power than a therapist, a counselor. They give a lot of power to a DCS worker. So, I mean, I'm not sure. That's crazy.
Did he look crazy to y'all?
Insane. But I mean, honestly, if something happened to his daughter, I don't blame him. She's 9. Oh no.
I
want to get more details.
I wonder how mom know. He might not have known, but I want to know. I mean, yeah, did her mom know they were doing the meeting? That's kind of odd.
But that's the thing. If they signed those papers at the beginning to DCS, they're able to do meetings whenever they want to. And where was that? What state was that in?
Hold on. I think I just found more information. Or at least I found an additional perspective. So let's check this out, because I'm trying to investigate this thing. This investigating live. See, right here, 2 mics in the mind, y'all. Listen, we do stuff live right here on the fly. This ain't no premeditated, pre-levitated, pre-planned, pre-orchestrated. We do this right here live. Y'all ready to go? Here we go.
Go ahead. Or Arizona.
All right, here we go.
Of a state employee live streamed for everyone to watch. Tonight, 12 News is learning more about
get answers from DCS for days and ultimately never got them. Inside a one day.
There we go.
Oh wait, right there. He was talking right there.
Even more. One day before this violent assault, Johnson took to Facebook to express his frustration over the very same caseworker approaching his daughter at her school.
You damn right I'm mad. You damn right I'm mad. How much more information you need? Somebody that didn't work at the school took a 9-year-old girl into a room and there ain't no video or audio recording. What more information you need? You don't know right from wrong?
Outside of her Scottsdale apartment, his aunt, Lisa Welch, declined our request to go on camera, but she says Johnson didn't find out about the closed-door meeting with his daughter until she told Johnson about it. She says he became enraged, prompting him to set up the meeting with the DCS worker.
Anybody else think it's okay to take the girls in the room?
It's unclear why DCS was speaking with his daughter. 12 News reached out to them to ask if it happened and why. They told us they could not comment on the investigation into Johnson due to confidentiality laws. Johnson has been charged with attempted murder of the DCS worker and remains in jail on a $500,000 bond. 12 News has also learned this is not Johnson's first run-in with the law. Back in 2017, he was convicted of aggravated assault. Court documents obtained by 12 News say he punched a man he didn't know in the face, threw him to the ground, kicked him, and stomped on the back of his head until he lost consciousness. Tempe police say Johnson continued to stomp on the back of his head and was smiling while doing it. The victim testified at trial that he did not know Johnson and described it as a completely unprovoked attack on his life. Johnson was sentenced to nearly a year in jail and 4 years on probation after his release.
So what y'all think about his perspective a little bit when he made that video beforehand?
It's that there's a lot to like. I want to know the story about why DCS is involved, because it could be that he's also afraid that the little girl said something in this meeting and he's upset. You know, I don't know. Like, I literally don't know what's going on in this situation. Now, as the DCS worker is a male, I always say I don't understand why they put males to work with little girls. They should put a female. That's another problem. But there's so much missing in this that I don't want to assume.
Yeah. All right, well, that was a video that caught my interest or whatever. I just wanted to share that to y'all or whatever. I know we got some other topics to hit on too as well.
If anybody knows the background story, please feel free to let us know.
What you think, Tom?
Everyday life.
What?
You never know the end. He just, I mean, he a man, he afraid. He took his daughter back down. He was afraid she don't talk too much. So he acted on his own and made a stupid decision. I mean, just a regular black man that moved off of impulses instead of real true information. And you made a conscious decision to wreck your life by sitting on tape and admitting that you want to kill him. So your $500 bond came from your mouth, and your, there were ways to handle that and get it. She could have been, they could have took her and, talk with her, have somebody that, somebody else to talk her to see if there's a chance she will fondle the touch. A lot of things could have been done. Even with your anger, you still got to use some sense, because now when you worry about what happened to her, why he went in the room with her for how long. So now you finna be in, who you finna stop and talking to her now?
Correct.
I said to every man, you gotta make sure when you're making decisions, you think a long term, because your decision got consequences that can hurt you later. Her not want to go back because no doubt they were questioning her about him, mother, things in the home, and she looked at probably not want to go back because they got me in a tight spot right now. I don't want to talk to them anymore because I already know what's going to happen. They're going to take me. They're going to jail. So his end is he pissed because he don't know. And he feel like, well, I'm going to take you. You just say you took my daughter inside a room leading as though she had been sexually abused. Because you could took her to a hospital. They could have checked her. It could have been done, especially when you start saying, when the child been molested or touched, you'll see that, like, her not want to go back. It's other things that she'll give signs to as well. Right. Sexually touched. He came to the school. The school wasn't the problem. Not wanting to see him, but not talking to him about a problem. Right. I don't know if she would associate the school unless he told her, "I'll be back tomorrow." We'll continue. So it's a lot of different variables that's going on with that whole situation. Some of it could be him, his anger, and she didn't want to talk because she know he'll lose it. A lot of things he showed it. Kids pick up certain things, realize, and I said to anybody who wouldn't, hey, if I know for certain he touched my child, that'd been the end of the story. He won't make it to the hospital. But again, you gotta think clearly. Like any parent, it ain't, oh, you advocate violence. Anybody, you'll do whatever you gotta do to protect your child. But you gotta make sure a couple of things. One, your child ain't a liar. Making sure it's factual, because you can't just go and beat people and get people off of my intuition, my instinct. Because now he's gonna say how the court system gonna work. The court system gonna deal with that video, the prior video, your statement in the camera, looking me in the eye. And the jury don't look at it. I'm gonna kill you, finna die today. Die. When they do that, the prosecutor left him and that man on the stand and he's at home physically damaged. You can't prove she was touched. You can say, you know how you could tell something. a jury got to deal with. They're gonna when they sequester a jury and set a juror up. A couple of things they go with a jury. Juries get a bad rep. First of all, they explain them what the case is about. This is the law. The law states when you judge this, you have to remember what the law says, not your opinion, not how you feel. This is the law. You could be sympathetic with a person. Let's look at the law. So
That's
now
right.
the jury saying, looking, you like, man, I could tell the jury was going, yeah, but then they were told too about the law. They look at the law, they're gonna tell you certain things. You got stuff they'll tell you. The state give you like, say if Love Doctor slapped me right now and I reacted. That's impulse on the instant. He slapped me, I leave to go 5 hours to go get a gun.
Yeah.
Stop by, get something to eat, then go talk to a friend of mine and come back and kill him. Because man, I ain't finna be disrespected. A jury gonna like, you had way too much time to think about yourself.
You cool off, yep.
And you can know, well, what's the difference? So let's say he shot a guy slapped him right there. They're gonna say because impulse, it happened so fast. So when I was struck, I wasn't expecting it, and natural instinct would defend. And before I knew, I shot him. You couldn't take a bullet back. What you can justify to give you time for with a gun is different with a knife. A knife take a lot of effort, constantly punching and going. At some point, you should have stopped. A gun, your hot head, hot attitude went off. You can't pull a bullet back.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things you have to look at when you judge on a situation or a crime or situation to say whether or not, is liable, justifiable. He has a right. He's a black man with a chip on his shoulder, and he's determined to fight the world. I seen that been there. All it's gonna do is what it's done for him right now is it wrecked his life.
Yeah.
That daughter, who's gonna be there to protect her now?
Right.
Somebody else. That's not the only predator on the street.
Right.
Had you walked in and caught him on top of her, hey man, all kudos. I seen you some money on what's the name of that thing? Not OnlyFans. What is the way you send money to help people?
GoFundMe.
Yeah, go fund me. Yeah, go fund me. But now you finna, instead of GoFundMe, go F yourself. You just screwed up everything. I mean, I ain't saying he did. I'm just saying you basically screwed yourself. And and your feelings go for people. At the same time, you look at, and I say this to every man, especially every man of color. If we can't afford to any longer allow our anger, frustration to dictate our decisions. We've proven time and time again that our anger has never delivered us. It never freed us. It never got us equality. It never got us voting right. There's nothing you can show that's been proven from our anger. Nothing. We've been successful in our advantage. You tell me what advantage, what war did we fight with our anger we won? That we advanced ourselves. We didn't, we lost. We came back and turned against the Black Panther Party, turned against us. The gangs, Crip coming out of United Neighborhood, turned against the Bloods, came out because the Crips were beating them up. So they decided to start an anti-gang that would stop the resistance of them getting beat up. Then they turned against us. You see, every time these gangs came out, they only came out to hurt. When I say not, I only put on the gangs. We are the biggest destroyers of ourselves.
I agree.
I said it and I'll say it again. There has never been a black leader, colored leader, whatever that's benefited us. Every one of I seen these people, you study them out and watch them, they have not. They just really have not. I mean, not to our full potential. They benefit us as far as getting us on the line, make us shut up and come and grab hands and say we praying together, promise keepers that we broken. They got the march to Washington, D.C. and managed to litter the place up, and we didn't come out with any real creativity or advancement. I'm tired. I'm tired because you just don't get people. We're not getting it. Our men are the men of color, as we call them, black men, are the worst people to work with, just overall, because when you really try to get us to see, the detriment we've done, and it's not hard, and see all the things we concocted that have a benefit in religion. The mainstream religion they give it's never benefited us because first of all, you have to understand this to benefit us. You know, we put on the suit of Jesus. We put on the suit of, Catholicism and Buddhism and Hinduism because we search it. You know, brother always trying to search for enlightenment. And yes, religion does have some enlightenment. And it just being honest, every religion does not fit us simply because of our circumstances, where we derive from, what we deal, what we suffer from. You know, the only thing they successfully have done is giving us high blood pressure, mass incarceration, less education. I mean, just impoverishes in every aspect. When you deal with a person of color, there's a certain way you have to come to him and get him to the realization he has a problem. You know, it's bad. You know, you can take a wild animal that does not speak, right? That cannot write, go on the internet. But if that animal is hurt, that animal can recognize the person is trying to help them versus trying to kill them. They can, you know what I'm saying, allow the person to help, like a veterinarian. I mean, the animals can recognize and pick up. They're helping me. I'm going to help in such a way. My foot is caught in a trap. I've been fighting, but I hadn't gotten out of this trap. Maybe I should calm down and let's see if they're actually going to help me. I'm talking about, for me, speaking to every man of color, we've done a lot of damage. We've done a lot of damage. He's a product of us and our damage. Now, had that been a man that was of color, he wouldn't have choked him out. He took advantage of, this is a brother with a suit, shirt, and tie who sat down and talked to me, you know, human being, and explained his position from his job and let him know if I talk to her in private, then I can't discuss that part with you. This is something he didn't like. He felt like I'm being played. But when the white man tells it to him, it's not a problem. So we find it easier to, because think about it, we're dispensable.
Exactly.
Beat you up and take me out. If I beat you up and take you out, actually, we're dispensable. We're not value because we don't see the value of, that's a man. That's a real life human being man. That man, you know, somebody's got to give accountability if something happened to that man. Somebody has to give accountability if something happened to me. And that's something we got to really kind of work on instilling. So, you know, I seen it, you know, blah, blah. At the end of the day, I just look at, I see me, I see every other man of color when we get striking off at the system, and you always come back and punch the wrong person. I remember years ago, we go to lunch, right? You remember that? Make you line up. Some guy behind you will reach over and touch the girl's behind. She turned around and hit the guy behind her.
Right.
Why you hit me? You touched my behind. You see me? You behind me. That doesn't mean I touched your behind.
Yeah.
But you swung out at the first person you saw, and that's what he did. I think about that.
Yeah.
Andrew wanted to know what the purpose of recording himself was, to prove how bad he was. And what he showed us how bad he was to show us where, you know, and again, I've been that person, not to that degree, but you get to going and you get in yourself, and we just, you know, you just feel like you got to prove something. But the person you're trying to prove it to wasn't the real problem. If, like y'all say, if the system was there to interview her, they didn't pop out of nowhere. There was a reason. And if it was school, that means the school involved them.
They know.
The school involved them because they saw some things weren't going good, wasn't correct, and they realized we got to cover our behind and had them to come up here. They didn't come out. They wanted to listen. Come here because they want her questions separate than the home.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly, preacher.
Yep.
Exactly.
The school called them that because they didn't feel like it was safe to do it to her in the home. That girl knew when she was answering them questions, she done put two and two together. No, because she now experienced. My daddy finna go to jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why she want to go back. And I'm sure he probably felt like, listen, I'm giving you some time. I'll come back tomorrow. We'll pick this back up tomorrow.
He might have been protecting the DCS worker. So, you know, I don't want to go back to school because
that's what I'm saying. Because, and in the end of not want to go back because she know they pretty much got me cornered. I'm gonna have to answer these questions. Y'all going to jail.
And the dad seems to have anger issues. So, and the girl probably knows that.
You can't. You're right. You can't randomly pick a child to come to the school. Now, no, you got to give. It's stuff you got to go through because the school got them around. If you just
right.
Okay, who you here for? Calling it.
What's this in regards to? Exactly.
The school called them. Yeah.
And why would a DCS worker touch her at the school? If anything, he will go to the house. Especially if it's just, and they can carry these kids in the car by themselves. He could definitely pick the girl up in the car, say that she's gonna drive her to court or to a medical or to do an assessment and touch her there.
And he knew. And he was upset because he was mad. He know he getting checked.
That's right.
That's my thinking. If I'm wrong,
right,
I know I'm not wrong about this anger.
No,
you know, he said in the room. I'm thinking you at the hotel. You don't call the guy in the room with your daughter. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. You know, you had my 14-year-old girl in the hotel room. You know her. You know, I can see what's going. You finna tell me. You finna give me some answers.
Yeah.
You be like, well, F you, old man. Well, we know how this finna go. But you know, we just gotta. Again, I'm almost sure if it was a Caucasian man, he wouldn't have grabbed him. I heard a Caucasian man yell at him from the other side, and the Caucasian woman telling him to stop. They left, but he didn't run over there to fight them. He took it out on somebody who was dispensable. He thought was, but now the court system's going to show him because they got to look at DDS. They got to protect their workers. Their workers looking at, hey man, this what y'all do? Y'all leave us acting like this? Y'all already don't have security. We're dealing with breaking up homes, which is common sense. I mean, just the dumbest sense. Why when we have security when we taking kids out of homes?
Yeah,
we separating families.
Yeah,
you know people can come up here and lose and start shooting.
That's
rest of the stuff like molestation. They finna go to jail, and we don't have no security. They man just able to choke him out, and they went on the police wing. You know, he told me I called the police.
Yeah, they're coming.
You know, so I encourage every man of color, whatever race it is, and especially I say deeply the men of color because I know we deal with that. You know, you got to stop looking at everybody that's trying to take and hurt, trying to take something from you and hurt you. A lot of times you build up your own destruction. A lot of people not even thinking about you. The average person is just you're a worker ant. Nobody thinking about you.
That's it.
Really, the average person is a worker ant. Nobody thinking about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on. Nobody thinking about you. You're a worker ant. The creativity is not there. You don't control global movements of things or societies or other things, or structure things. So, a lot of time, man, kind of drop your heightened, your heightened alert for ready to attack everybody around you and get yourself, and build up your defenses on trying to keep yourself from being taken down from your own stupidity. We just, as men, at some point you got to transition. It's unfortunate that the average eye men wait till all the gray kick in and we get old and crippled in a wheelchair. Now we want to talk with sense. It's like, wow, man, been trying to get it. But, you try to pass it on to the people behind you to say, hey, you can save yourself a whole lot of trouble. It's a lot of mess you can make. You said, what if that guy would have up that Yosemite Sam? Yeah, it'd been really bad, wasn't it? I had DC workers involved before I had custody of my son. Yeah, I mean they do it. I mean, and and I say this with DCS workers and other workers. When you come in, you're dealing with people, families. Although you can say the state empowers you to walk in and do things, you common sense. You walking into people's lives. You might look at your job, but you gotta remember something. You're dealing with real life people situation. And although a situation can look bad on the surface, when you get in, you really need to know the people to get to understand how things happen. You'd be surprised. Like you might measure a bruise hit on a kid as abuse. Another parent just hit them, and some people just bruise easy. And it wasn't abuse. It was what was the cause situation that happened. I came in. I caught my 13-year-old daughter having sex with a 17-year-old boy. You come in because I beat, I whipped. I'm not justifying anybody beating, abusing. I'm definitely for whipping, chastising the child. And sometimes some more is gonna get there, but we're gonna look at the problem. I had a neighbor years ago, Tula, and his son He found some drugs in the house from his son. You remember he stayed next door to us too on Dalewood.
Oh.
Son, remember he had a young son. His son, he beat his son. He beat him. He was so pissed. He found them drugs in there. So he called the police on this side. The police came. His son was laying in the bed, legs bruised up. He was beat. They came and what happened. He said, "Listen, I found drugs in my house. I'm not having no drugs here. I don't play that." He said, "Y'all can take me to jail." He went outside and got in the police car. The police came out and opened the door like, well, he said, "Y'all take me to jail." Close the door. They opened the door. They told him, "Yeah, he'll be all right. Go and get out."
Yep.
They were right. Yeah, they like, this is a father who looked at, man. He looking at, this is what people don't realize. I come from selling drugs and I did it young. You don't think. You don't know who watching you, and you got drugs in the house. Your family unsuspected, your mom and dad. You get them killed. These guys come, you thinking you're a regular person. Why would somebody come and take my door off the hinge? I got a young daughter, my wife. I'm gonna come off work. I'm looking to watch TV, relax, want to get something to eat. I'm looking at that. I know my door come off the hinges because somebody you dealing with or you done got dope from, you ain't paid, and kick the door and kill the whole family. I'm looking at the atmosphere you bring into the home, the risk you bring. So now when he going off doing what he's doing it from a parent that's out of fear, because you playing with something, you can get yourself killed and you can get us killed. And you're not bringing it here.
Yes.
So, it's always those circumstances I tell people, you really got to really pay attention to. I hear somebody say, run it. He said, run it to the youngin'. That's it. Listen, we try to, you try to enlighten people on every end, but hey, you ain't gonna be able to help everybody, especially, and I'm a proponent for this. To save our race, you have to get quote unquote black men back to educating them. I mean, just a lot of things we got to learn how to do to fix these cities. We need solutions. We know how to solve a problem. You ain't a black man living don't know how to cause a problem. He just don't know how to come up with solutions. It's like an easy thing to do. Go to the doctor, tell the doctor, every time you do like your hand hurt, when you do it, when I do like this. When I don't do like this, it don't hurt. Just when I do like this. Quickest cure is to do what? Stop doing it like this. What? I can't seem to solve my problems. Stop creating them. Stop creating them. Easy way to solve problems is stop creating them.
Well, that's true. And that leads me to mind to a story that Thule brought to my attention in regards to stop creating more problems. And I think the judge, the Supreme Court, in the attempt of them trying to solve a problem, they may have created another problem. I want to share with y'all a 2-minute video that Thule brought to my attention recently. And it's about some guy named, I'll just play the video. Here we go.
But here they're saying, Jeopardy had already attached.
Oops. Hold on. Wrong video. Y'all bear with me. We ain't on payroll right now. We still working on Cash App funding right now. So y'all bear with me. All right, here we go.
Yeah, Judy, we've been getting reaction to this decision long, most recently from Jussie Smollett's legal team, who spoke within just the last few minutes here. I also spoke with outgoing Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx about what she says she knew. She says she knew where this case would end as soon as the special prosecutor was appointed. Victory and vindication from Jussie Smollett's legal team as they celebrate the 5-0 Illinois Supreme Court ruling that essentially cleared conviction in the lightning rod case after Smollett was accused of hiring brothers to set up a racist and homophobic attack on himself and then lying to police about it.
Prosecutions should be based on facts. Prosecution should not be based on vindictiveness. This was a vindictive persecution, not a prosecution. Let's not make any mistake about that.
Smollett's attorneys appealing the conviction all the way to the Illinois Supreme Court, where they successfully argued his Fifth Amendment rights were violated, and he should never have been retried after an agreement with Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx in 2019 to drop the charges in exchange for a fine and community service.
It has always confounded me that we spent this much time, energy, and effort on one single case, which is why I believe wholeheartedly that it was beyond just the case in Mr. Smollett. It was truly an attempt to undermine me and the work that this office was doing.
State's Attorney Kim Foxx defending her decision even after Smollett was convicted of disorderly conduct in the case in order to pay the city of Chicago $120,000 in restitution.
And people can disagree with it, But to have a special prosecutor to re-indict and to upend our criminal justice system to ultimately try to engage in double jeopardy is not the criminal justice system we should have.
ABC 7 legal expert Gil Sofer saying this doesn't impact the facts or details of Smollett's prosecution.
The court found it fundamentally unfair that the state could recharge Jussie Smollett after promising him it would drop the charges. That was this ruling. It had nothing to do with the merits of the case.
An assessment special prosecutor Dan Webb agrees with, releasing a statement saying in part, quote, "Make no mistake, today's ruling has nothing to do with Mr. Smollett's innocence. The Illinois Supreme Court did not find any error with the overwhelming evidence presented at trial that Mr. Smollett orchestrated a fake hate crime and reported it to the Chicago Police Department as a real hate crime." Now this ruling has been sent down to the lower courts with instructions to dismiss the case.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to
Y'all talk to me, Tula.
So it's overturned. Good for him. I guess.
I don't know. I feel like that's such a delicate topic to be playing around with. If you're lying about such a delicate topic, pay for it. It is, because there are people that actually are being victims about that matter. So why are you making these things up?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they showed that the homosexual community can come out at any time and cover up their situation. And all they did was push the fact that he and his homosexuality were being preyed upon and being used, and if it was a woman who had lied about it, she'd have never gotten that time. I'm sure that was their push, and they was able to put, which is true. A lot of women have lied about being raped and haven't gotten no jail time. Guys have been released from prison, nothing happened. They lied. They probably argued the fact that he was a homosexual and he didn't get the same equal treatment. Now they say his Fifth Amendment right, which was the look up. Can you put the Fifth Amendment right? Whether they had a right to not incriminate themselves.
Yeah, let me pull that up.
So I don't know how he did. The people with him told that he paid them to fake beat him up. So I mean, all that stuff makes no sense. It's more shameful than anything.
Sick in the mind.
It's so small. Can you read it?
Fifth Amendment. Protect citizens in several ways. Protection from self-incrimination.
Oh,
that means you plead the fifth. That means you ain't trying to self-incriminate yourself.
Well, you don't want to. When you plead the fifth, what in actuality what you're saying is what happened. How the fifth is kind of set up too. Bueno, is to say this. Okay, if you ask me about a murder, I didn't do the murder. But if I told you where I was, I would wind up incriminating myself, implicating myself in something else.
Okay, I don't know if I get that.
Yeah, that's what. Well, the Fifth Amendment right gives you the right to not incriminate yourself. At the same time, in saying where I was, like you'll see people they'll say, if they were innocent, won't they take the stand? They'll take the stand. Well, in me taking the stand and prove, like if they say, well, prove that you didn't kill Smitty, just hypothetical, okay? I could prove it, but when I prove it, it was because I was robbing a bank at that time.
Oh, the real truth will incriminate you.
That's right. It would. It'll put me into something else.
Gotcha. Okay.
So sometimes when you see people, I used to think that whenever a person plead the fifth, it's because they're guilty. That's not true. It's if I told you what would make me innocent, or I told you what I did, it would wind up incriminating me and get me charged on something else. You're not going to get me on this. That's why I'm not going to testify.
Oh, I see.
But when you start telling you can't, you understand, start opening your mouth and decide, let me just stop talking now. No, you can't do that. Because now you being forced now. Now you being compelled, you have to do it. Mm-hmm. That's why people tell them, I'm taking the fifth, I'm not. Like Sean Connery, he would never take the stand.
That's true.
Because there are some things, if he's talking, he's going to incriminate, and that's what you want him to do. So now you set him up to go back and say, now we're going to charge him for this based off his testimony.
Yeah, because whenever you take the stand, you got to get cross-examined. by the opposing party. So now you got to subject yourself to being cross-examined by that opposing party.
And
which
that
is
cross-examine force your
another
hand. You can say I didn't do it because I was selling drugs over at such and such at that time. So now I'm gonna put out an indictment for I'm gonna try to get a warrant for your arrest and prosecute you because you just told the stand under oath that you were selling drugs. So I'm charged as a drug dealer. Based off of your testimony. So when y'all see people that take the fifth, it's not what you're thinking every time. Of course it is, but you use that for the fact that I will wind up telling you more than you notice this. Whenever a person pleads guilty, you don't just plead guilty. You have to get up and admit your crime.
Okay.
You can't say I plead guilty. You plead guilty to what? Count 1, murder. Count 2, involuntary. You have to admit it to the court.
Yep, and you got to tell them that you are not coerced, or you are not,
or
you in your sound mind, all that. Yep.
And what happens when you do that, you give up your. This is why sometimes why people will not plead guilty. They say so stupid. Why don't they just plead guilty? The reason why you don't plead guilty because you'll give up any rights for a retrial. That's why if you watch, you read it, they read it off, they make you confess to what you done, you plead guilty. So when you come back and say, I want to get a retrial, okay, they're gonna look at it. You pleaded guilty. All counts. You were asked this. Yeah, but I don't thought of it. Denied. So that's why people say I plead guilty, I plead innocent, because you have a chance at that point you can fight. Even though you've been convicted, you've never admitted to the guilt of it. You're still innocent. So you gotta kind of understand. People say, because whenever you tell them to crank up a jury, you open up for maximum time. The reason why you do it, because at least it gives me a fight chance for an appeal. See, the only way you can get one back if it's just say like pleading guilty. Just say I pleaded guilty to a crime, right? And I accepted it and everything. Well, I can get a retrial based off of habeas corpus, where we can show where my defense attorney, that's why they'll ask if you listen, they'll say, have you spoken with this and gone over this with your attorney?
Yeah. Right.
Because what can happen sometimes, attorney say, listen, man, we ain't got this. Listen, we're going to go ahead and plead guilty. Sign this right here and do this. He didn't tell me all of the details. What I was admitted to. So now I have a right. I can come back even though I pleaded guilty. Had he told me there was another option and that I didn't have to do this and really been more in detail because I wasn't aware of the extent of what I actually committed to. That's why if you watch, they will ask them, have you had enough time to look at this? Have you gone over this with your account, with your attorney? What's your highest grade of education? All these things makes a difference. Oh, I'm a college grad. We good. I dropped out in the 5th grade. So I want to make sure you're confident at this point. But this can hurt us for a retrial. So just give y'all a little bit. I've been somewhere, I did a little something,
everything.
Man, it's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on in the streets. And one of the things that's going on is very popular. It's a video that you sent, Raw, that I want to share. However, it's a live video that's been streamed for over 2 hours long. So I really don't know how to cut it or zero in on the particular portion that you want me to.
I was wondering. That's what I was looking for. I couldn't remember. I sent some.
Yeah. Oh, I have it. It just in live loops. I guess it just continues to stream live.
See if I think Candy Owens on that talking. Just show her.
What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna pull it up and I'm gonna try to fast forward through it. And if you can kind of eyeball the part that you want, I'll stop it.
Candy Owens on there.
That's her right here.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, I haven't talked. Yeah.
Okay.
Hollywood, because we guilty of those.
Try to rewind it a little bit.
On their payroll, got inside of a recording studio.
All right, let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, I did it. It took me a long time, but I finally did it. I found the most annoying woman on the internet. There's a lot of them. They're constantly competing. I'm more annoying. But I found her. And I will guarantee you that you cannot find me someone more annoying than this woman who has made it her job to problematize every single wedding dress that she comes across because it's racist, misogynistic. And now she's going after Olivia Culpo, I guess, because she's Christian and loves her husband and is too traditional. Plus, later on in the show, we'll cover Andrew and Tristan Tate. They have regained even more of their freedom. They can now move throughout the EU. But first, let's talk about Sean Combs. Yeah, Diddy. Why is he still not in prison? I'm asking for a friend who still believes that he's a federal asset. All that and more coming up on Candace. So it's pretty obvious there's some sort of a gang operating in Hollywood, and there always has been one. And it's also pretty obvious that the mainstream media is basically just falling over themselves to hide that glaring obvious fact because they are part and parcel of that gang. Hence the reason they are oddly quiet or protective when it comes to the Diddy case. Referring, of course, to Sean Combs, known once as Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. I don't know what year you grew up in. He changes his name very often, but he is facing new sex trafficking allegations in a lawsuit that was filed by a former porn star. Now, I want to recap this because I was hot on this case before I got taken off air. And sometimes I wonder, the media just sort of totally flipped on me until they wanted to turn me into a bad guy. If it's partially due to me having covered this case in a way that most mainstream media members refuse to. So let's quickly recap. We had last year Cassie Ventura, who dated Diddy for over 10 years, come forward with allegations that he had committed rape when he got mad at her, battery, that he had forced her into sex acts with male sex workers. But she also alleged that he was a gangster, that he had once bombed the car of fellow rapper Kid Cudi when he got mad because Kid Cudi and Cassie were dating when her and Diddy were on a break. So he did this in an effort to intimidate him. Now, to be clear, Kid Cudi came out and told the New York Times in a statement that that allegation was true. Cassie also alleged that Diddy had once dangled a friend over a 17th floor balcony, another intimidation tactic, and that he had asked her to carry his gun in her purse. So yeah, she's saying, I dated this man. He is a thug. He is a gangster. And immediately Diddy came out and completely denied this. He tried to kind of get this filed under Me Too. Oh, I would never do this. Well, an update, I was off air when this happened. I know that you guys have probably seen the video. I'm not going to show it because it's so horrific. But a video of Diddy absolutely pummeling Cassie came out. You could just watch Diddy in the video beating her to a pulp. It looks like they're in some sort of a hotel. And obviously, he's got to be king to have the audacity to drag her by her hair down a hallway and to beat her in the manner that he did, knowing essentially that there would be no punishment, that he could do this and then years later deny it, as he did when she came out in her lawsuit against him. So, of course, there was no denying it once this clip made its way around the internet. People were outraged, as they should have been. And Diddy then offered an apology. Take a quick listen.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest time in your life. Sometimes you got to do that. I was up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry.
He's so sorry. Don't you believe him? I got to be honest, I'm struggling to believe him because, yeah, he at first denied all of her allegations publicly. He then quietly settled the case without coming forward and saying that anything that she had said was true. But then once the video became public, of course, he's a different man. Now he does remember beating her to a pulp, and he does remember then going to rehab, allegedly, for having beat her to a pulp. And now he is just so disgusted with himself. Again, is there a buyer out there? Because I am not one of them. But that's not all. Don't forget, last year, the case that I was following was when a producer filed a very, I would just say, it was addled with a lot of evidence and a lot of proof as to his allegations. That producer's name was Rodney Jones. He goes by Lil Rod. And yes, he was one of Diddy's producers. He stepped forward and dropped really what can only be described as the mother of all bombs in the form of a lawsuit, not just against Diddy, but also against Universal Music Group. And why I'm describing this as the mother of all bombs is because he included pictorial evidence of what painted the picture of a homosexual blackmail ring. Okay, so using sex, collecting blackmail on certain individuals in the industry so that you can therefore control him. Now, there were a lot of stunning pieces of evidence in that case filing, but I will tell you that for me, the heaviest allegation that I thought, if I'm just reading this, this seems very valid, came in the form of pictures from a scene in which Little Rob describes Diddy having allegedly, along with one of his sons, potentially shooting someone. The producer says that he was in the bathroom right when it happened, next to the shooting, but he was terrified as he was in the bathroom. And when he came out after Diddy had shot someone.
Hey, I want to hit the pause button really quick. I seen your text where you have another video. You say you want me to play.
Yeah, I want you to play it down where the young lady explains something.
All right.
You don't mind? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You can
Let me. I'm gonna put that on next. Let me pull that up then. Here it is. Now I'm pulling it up right now.
Appreciate that. Appreciate it. I know a lot of people familiar already with something.
All right, this video is about 30 minutes long.
We don't want the whole 30 minutes. We just want to hear her tell them what they
Oh, sorry.
come up.
I'm just gonna start. You gonna start from the beginning then?
No. Probably. Well, I just saw you show some payments. Let's
All
see.
right,
Probably I don't know. Let's see. Let's say. If not, then I
Well,
tell
to be honest, the government had a very strong argument, just continuing to argue what they already argued. And they did do that. They did do that. But they added something on top of that. And I think it was their first fatal flaw in the case. They added some additional evidence. They're like, Your Honor, you need to keep him in jail. And if what we already told you wasn't bad enough, look at this new stuff we found. And they give all this new stuff that Diddy's been doing while he's been in jail. Some of it's like communicating over the text messaging apps that he's not authorized to do, using other inmates' phone numbers to get the minutes from them, which is also apparently not authorized. He was allegedly talking on the phone about paying off witnesses. I think the government might have jumped the gun. I think they kind of laid it on too strong. I do appreciate, as one of the people, because they're prosecuting this case on the behalf of we the people. So I do appreciate it as one of the people that they are rigorously and vigorously fighting on our behalf. But I would wish that they would actually just calm it down a couple freaking notches, because the man's gonna walk free and go back to mayhem if they're not careful. Okay, that's what I'm saying. All right. So some astonishing things are revealed in this filing. But then again, I don't know if I can trust these people, because we had Mark Agnifilo before saying Diddy has never spoken to any grand jury witnesses. And sure enough, he sure was. Okay. Just look at the introduction. I think the introduction does lay out. Yeah, it's maybe 4 paragraphs, 6 paragraphs. It really does lay out the whole entire 20 pages in the first 4 or 5 paragraphs. This is Agnifilo's law firm, but I think Alexandra Shapiro is the one that signed this. I don't know who wrote it, if it was her, him, or who or what. But this is Agnifilo's law firm. If you're looking at the screen, that's my markings. That's like for my notations or whatever. But this is a public document. It's, as you can see, the docket thing at the top. Okay. So it says the government persuaded Judge Carter. That's the appeals judge. I think they meant Tarnowski. Maybe Carter. The government persuaded Judge Carter to detain Mr. Combs by claiming its video of an 8-year-old indictment was evidence of ST. Now, this is important. ST. The ST for King. because that's the one charge that they have on him right now that has that Bail Reform Act presumption of detention, which means you're charged with something like ST, the presumption, the assumption.
Fair use, YouTube.
And then the judge has discretion. The judge can say, yeah, you're staying, no, you're not, based on the evidence before the judge in that exact moment, in that exact court, right? And that's what happened in this case. He's charged with ST. They provided a bunch of grand jury testimony, witness testimony, evidence in the form of videos, text messages, phone calls, all this stuff, right? And they said, look at all this stuff, Your Honor. This is why we are charging him federally with ST. And for that reason, you got to keep him in. For that reason, you got to keep him in. You got to keep the man in jail because look at all this stuff.
Oh, okay.
Right? Okay. So in the introduction here, in Diddy's last call, this is his last plea for hope, last cling to life. Not really. I mean, he can appeal it 100 times. But if they keep doing all this appeal crap, they're not going to be having time to prepare for the actual trial. And Mark Agnifilo is already starting to say his client has the right to a speedy trial, and so they better not delay this trial. So I see a backup happening very soon and very quickly. Okay, so in this introduction, Diddy's lawyers are saying the government persuaded that judge in the first instance to keep Diddy locked up based on ST allegations, and the ST allegations were underpinned by this video, okay? The video, the one we've all seen, the CNN video, right? Well, boom, boom, surprise, surprise, not to bury the lead, Mark Agnifilo and his partner, Terry Gregalios, are claiming that the CNN video is so doctored beyond belief that it actually paints a false and misleading picture of Diddy. Can you believe that? We're going to get to it. Claiming its video of an 8-year-old incident was evidence of ST and making unsubstantiated claims of witness tampering. The defense rebutted those arguments. We rebutted that, Your Honor, but we lacked access to key evidence that would corroborate our rebuttal. Okay. Nearly 2 months later, much has changed. Most importantly, discovery produced after the initial bail hearing, some of it after this motion was filed, shows the narrative the government presented was fictional. For instance, we now know that even before it arrested Diddy, the government possessed redacted, confirming Diddy's account of the March 2016 incident at the hotel. But instead of presenting that video to the court, the government submitted an altered video that omitted key scenes and presented events materially out of order. So Mark Agnifilo, Alexandra Shapiro, Diddy's lawyers are saying that the government relied on the CNN video in their filings and in the detention specifically, and asking the judge to detain Diddy.
What CNN
the
video?
government relied on this CNN.
Let me stop it for a second.
Right?
Okay.
Instead of
you had to play along with him. The CNN video would have been the one that showed him beating Cassidy.
Okay.
They turned it around.
The hotel.
If
Okay.
you look, they show him come out the hallway, come down and grab it at the elevator and beat him. Remember? Then they show him going back to the hotel, but then they show him back sitting in the lobby. Remember, he picks up something, he throws it.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, if you remember, they show him storming down the hall. She's at the elevator. He grabs her, throws on the ground, and he kicks her, right? Then they show him like going back to the hotel because he had her purse and all. But then they show you again him sitting in a chair, and he grabs a thing off of a little table and he throws it. They said, look, he's throwing like she was still on the floor and he threw it. So now the government took the video and they saying Diddy gave an account what happened. They didn't show that video that would have showed what he was saying did happen. Because if I'm correct, I remember earlier they were saying she took his stuff. If you notice, he grabbed her purse. He said she had took all his stuff. And she was trying to leave with his phone and everything. Still not a justification. But earlier they were trying to say she had his stuff. That's why he came down the hallway after her.
So what do you think will be the outcome of that bail bond hearing tomorrow?
Well, I think the whole thing's a setup to get him a bond to get him out. Let me tell you something. These people have made purpose mistakes that make no sense. No jailer will walk inside of a high-profile person like Sean Combs, take a picture of. You have a legal tablet that you can have while you're arrested, okay, while you're in jail. They can't touch that. You can't touch it. It's illegal. It's legal. This is because There's a lot of people go to jail. Like while guys will go, like they might go to rec or something. These guys say they want to go to the library. I seen guys, listen, they get the book, they got their stuff. Listen, they keep their stuff with them. Wherever they go, they keep it. You like, because this is their legal defense.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't touch that. This had him and his attorney discussed what were their plans on how they were going to try to move against these people. The jailer that comes in, snap pictures, legal, all his information, and give it to the prosecutor. Nobody's that dumb. But this is the thing, they already know you can't do this.
Yeah.
And the fact you gave it to the D, how did they know you gave it to them? See what I'm saying? Why would you tell them that? The D could have just say, hey, we got informants.
Mm-hmm. They got arrested either.
The fact that they sat here and took it, knowing this is wrong, and you gave it to the prosecutor.
Right.
On somebody who is high profile, like she was saying, they set the parameter when they charge you with sex trafficking, it's hard to get a bond. But remember, the guy from Abercrombie French got a bond.
Yeah.
That's why she told them the other day when they just had this hearing about them taking his legal stuff, all that's got to be thrown out. They can't use it. But the fact is, you done seen it now.
Mm-hmm.
The judge can say what you want. You seen what my defense is. You can destroy the paperwork. You know what my defense is now. So you put me at a disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, you're looking at, with all that going, this is really a plan that's setting up to get him off the look like the government is incompetent. This is a high-profile man who connects to the vice president of the United States, allegedly, connect to a former president, allegedly, connect to all these athletes, connect to King James, allegedly. These guys are humongous. So you got to understand, you think I'm stupid enough to walk in here, take a picture of your legal stuff. Mm-hmm. When you are a high-profile candidate, we talking about politicians, corporations involved, and I'm working at the federal. I already know this. We keep high-profile people. And I'm going to turn this over, and that's going to be the end of it. So as you can see, they hadn't played fair, but they let, the guy, the former CEO for Abercrombie French, the people out of sex trafficking. So again, these are things yourself. But this is the thing you want to ask yourself. So who was you selling them to? Somebody on the street?
Yeah, that's right.
You're the CEO of a major corporation. What you sold, one or two?
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Nobody's talking about this.
Right.
Ain't nobody talk about, you hadn't heard one time he connected these celebrities. He connected these politicians. No one said that he's a single individual charged with sex trafficking, $10 million bond, he out. End of story. People ain't even in an uproar. Did it offer $50 million, house arrest, give up my passport, put on, and no, I don't think he ought to be out. So don't please don't think that. But it's the fact you offer way more than this guy. He walked straight in and get a $10 million. He had $10 million, he out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's other major players. Who was he selling to?
Right.
On the street. Some poor people on the street.
Yeah.
Right.
Or Abercrombie French. You know good and well he was selling to other big name people and a lot of other people involved with this.
You empower these governments.
But that shows you again how these people walk on water.
Dirty.
Diddy shouldn't get no pass because white people do it. If anything, you ought to get more. Let me tell you something. When you start dealing with prostitution and sex trafficking, this runs into slavery for people who had the longest history of being enslaved. This is like the worst thing you could do.
And traffic.
You get involved with that. Yeah, that's what we were trafficking, brought here and shipped.
Yeah.
And for you to come, they'll brag about, which is true, quote unquote, they say, there were blacks that owned slaves. And I think they should get the most time. I think their whole family should be ripped. Everything got ripped from them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, come on. So you get out, you think that gives you the right to come and enslave us too?
Right.
They said, there was some that worked, saved their money, and bought their freedom. So that they bought slaves.
Mm-hmm.
and prosper from slavery as well. So this is the story that whites are throwing in your face. We're not the only people on slavery. So you kind of give them this defense as though it's justifiable because somebody black owns some black. I don't care what color is wrong to own another human being for the use of misusing them. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because as Abari people that they would use Hebrew, they had slaves, but they were taught how they had to treat them, how they had to be fair. And if your son laid with one of them and he said you couldn't treat her, you had to treat her as a daughter now. You had to take her as a daughter. He said you humbled her. So so they pull all that stuff, everybody on slave. There was still protocol for us. We couldn't do certain things. He said, you let her go free. If you're going to get her, you're going to keep her, he's going to take her. You got to treat her like a daughter. You can't lay with her and leave her as a slave. But unfortunately, this is the society we're in today. The society we've always been in. Man needs a complete overhaul. The fact that we can see this, and the real issue should be not Diddy, but we need to immediately be grabbing up these people. Let's get these kids. This is the whole trial. Not one kid will be recovered. Same thing with Abercrombie Friend. It's all the gang people. Why don't you see the kids? Why he should be pressured to cough up the kids?
Yes. Where are these kids?
Because you're not going to hear about it. The whole case is going to be about Diddy, justice for those women. Cassidy got beat. Everybody talking about Cassidy got beat because Cassidy played the game. Cassidy was good for 10 years. Y'all women, get off your sorry behind and use your head. You know good and done well. You ain't sitting here sleeping with no sex working for no 10 years, and this ain't something you into. You watching Oprah, you watching Denzel, all these people allegedly having sex with kids. If you not, you okay with it because you're sitting here watching. Lil Rod is not a victim. Lil Rod has stuck his rod in other folks. You ain't coming out. I ain't bringing no money to it. You don't think that's a problem? I had it home in a year.
Yep.
So we ain't have no sex, so you got me. So what I'm gonna fly out that in.
Yep.
I'm working so hard on Diddy album, I can't do nothing. Come on, folks. This man was a player in this game. Good walked right in here from the picture, threw his arm around and put his hand between your legs. Ain't no man on the planet walking up, putting his hand around me and putting his hand between my legs. Ain't a man ain't no fool. Inside that man know he been these people are not completely victim people. No. You start off a victim, then you become an accomplice.
That's right.
Just stop it. Just stop it. You can't do that for 10 years and say I'm a victim. You sit here, you doing cocaine. You doing drugs, you getting banged by several different men while he's sitting here masturbating. This is in your psyche, just like Kim said. She was in it longer than the girl Kim that died, and Kim even liked it. She told you she was into that, like sleeping with. If the book be correct, like sleeping with the different guys. She was good with having sex with her baby daddy and her other baby daddy at the same time. These people, let me tell you what these people probably become. These women probably come when they get old and you get played out. Holler when you're fresh.
That's true.
Yeah, it's been doing it for 10 years. You know how many more young women done popped in?
That's true.
Carries up. You were 19. You hitting 30. You own dope. Everybody done ran through you. You ain't the same girl.
That's true.
That's true.
You looking at 14-year-old. 18-year-old, 17-year, whatever they into, 20-year-old, 21, you old goods. So now you jump up now, everybody a victim, and the women ain't they every woman, so please not. But you run behind her, and my problem is you sit here and you watch these kids, these folks write books. They tell it all since you're telling it.
That's right.
You tell me you see no kids getting molested? You sit here, you say, "Oh, I put a dildo in there behind the head, doodle on." I was disgusted. I left. Then I came back. Chance, I can't stop thinking about it. Do it again. So now I'm studying rap. But you say you were repulsive. You were sick, and you come back. And you have sex with Mary J. Blige. I was already looking at her because she was sexy. So you already been look, you didn't say you said you were looking for her anyway. You thought she was sexy. You were already into the like. You come from L.B. Sure. L.B. Sure got the like, if what your book right, them two just start doing oral sex on each other. So don't tell me you and L went into no freaky stuff.
Mm.
What is that? Is it
There's a lot going on in these stories, man.
Already done hitting on
Man, them things hit down there. What them tick get down there and they hit your thighs, and it sound like when you walk, it sound like a horse running. Yeah, they know it is. These guys looking for some care. Maybe they're looking for some stick them up.
Yes,
stick them up right now. And they still hanging down. So they got they done ran you out. They done ran through you. I'm listening. It's unfortunate. I ain't lying. My whole end is the kids. I could give a flying flip about y'all grown retarded people.
Absolutely.
Listen yourself. Why not this with all the government talking, with all the casework, with all the video? Why nobody ain't looking for them kids?
Right.
That's true.
Notice when we heard anything about the kids.
Like
we keep hearing about the one set on his lap, the one laying on the table, and we ain't even seen them kind of recover them. Because nobody ever cares about the kids.
Right.
We got rid of the monster Diddy. Diddy is not the only monster. Who's
Right.
buying them?
Right.
If there's no buyer, there's no seller.
That's right.
Yep. There's a whole bunch of other monsters just like Diddy. And these kids are still lost.
They create Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
The appetite of what these people put. Listen, we got the Saudis, allegedly. These women fly over him, fly to Qatar places. These women getting $25,000 to poop on these guys.
Incredible.
25 grand. So now you make up a disgraceful, just distasteful that these women going here just to urinate and defecate on a man for $25,000. This is a get high. These people are all sickos. Do you know that these women are being recruited through these celebrities? They're not getting them off of no OnlyFans. They're trusting them to get them. They're getting them, and they say, "Hey, you gonna go here? You'll let dude pee on you or whatever, defecate on you, or you doing him? Get this money. I'm gonna give you 10." We have to cut off and get to the deeper root. Make these people tell us the real truth. Listen, man, they should have had a gun in their head. I'm talking about knocking their teeth out of their mouth, drag them through there till they find them kids. I ain't playing with you. I'm walking through here. I'm telling you, I'm gonna beat you every time. I'm knocking all your teeth out your mouth first, so you know I'm serious. Let's find them kids. That's the only thing I care about.
That's right. Yep.
Am I advocating violence? Yes. When it comes to these kids,
yes, sir.
I need the number. How many kids, man? I don't give a flying flip about no Oprah. I've been told y'all she was a tongue kisser liquor. That's her personal business. I'm being honest. I don't care about what Denzel Washington getting high and booty in his wife. That's their business. Where these kids at?
That's right.
They sicko. You know you can't be in Hollywood if you're not a sicko.
That's right.
They all sick. So now I need to find out where are the kids.
So according to this news article, they're indicating that Sean Diddy Combs is accused of sexually assaulting minors in 2 new lawsuits that just got filed.
Yeah. Then they got 5 totally somewhere else.
So I know it's a lot more of that, but I just found the article right now saying there's at least 2 lawsuits.
And the 2, and
they haven't been filed to him as far as grooming,
not trafficking.
Yeah, the minors and stuff. Yep.
See, even they give you stuff. Again, how they get us went on is we don't listen. The whole thing, but like the lady told you, you were charged for ST, sex trafficking. The sex trafficking is a harder crime. Don't get me wrong, abusing a minor is serious, but it don't carry the time as sex trafficking. So see, they'll tell you something, and you'll say things you just don't understand. That I'm trying to downplay his charges. So now you had me for sexual trafficking. If I can beat this and get you down to abusing a minor, then this can become questionable too. Because you only got one account. You got video, pictures, everything showing. A lot of stuff that got these stars is them all having homosexual sex. You can't do nothing with that.
Exactly.
They just dismoral people. Even not flipping out your wife. Listen, man, I'm from the street. I ain't never had no friend tell me, "Hey man, let me come and do your girlfriend." We ain't even play like that. We ain't had them conversation. So
Right.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna work to my flipping up my wife. That beyond you done went lost your damn mind. So when you start watching these people, it's a lot more going on than what they're saying. Now they're gonna push it to him accused to be, you know, I know they got all these charges. A lot of those charges, people just make it charges. They're knowing because it's a payday. There's no with the truth come a lie.
That's right.
Oh, I'm positive. Listen, every time a man get caught, like, listen, before Cassidy, where was everybody at? Why everybody filed right after Cassidy got paid?
Yeah.
Why wasn't none of these charges filed before Cassidy? Did we know about the 14-year-old girl selling her lap before Cassidy? Did we know about the girl laying on the table? Once Cassidy got her money, you see how everybody coming out now.
Yep.
But you're so authentic. You've been so abused. Why you ain't
That's
saying
convenient.
something?
Right.
Cassidy only said something because she saw he was done with her. He still want to own her. He want to see her get sick. You ain't my main squeeze no more. And she hated that. These younger girl again. Now let me go ahead and get the record. Let me come at her. Listen, according to what they said before, Kim had already given her stuff on him. She already told Cassidy about him. And you still stayed. So these people need to tell the whole truth. Watch it. They'll go silent. I'm going to get an FBI song because I'm going to tell you what they did. She cut a immunity deal. Because there's no way to tell her whole story and not say some kids were there.
Right.
Because then the defense attorney going to let them know. So you saw kids? Did you help them?
Right.
Yeah, because I can't. They're not going to let me sit around and watch a kid get. I'm talking about I saw it in here. I'm going to jail.
You're part of it.
I guarantee her end was she cut a deal with the Fed because there's no way to tell her story and not go to jail, just like Kim. Kim ain't tell everything in that book. She's gonna have to tell them she's seen kids.
Yeah.
He told me now, was he hollering? Was he really hating on Diddy? Yeah, sure was hating on him for the end. They were competitors. From what I heard, Bad Boy Records was trying to open up a West Coast franchise. That's why they were coming down
West Coast.
They didn't tell that. They didn't tell y'all that part. Diddy was trying to open up a West Coast Bad Boy. That's why they were looking at doing a Death Row East. They made it look like Pop and him were just trying to come. He was doing the same thing. Y'all music, y'all competing. Phil Knight, a street man, he a business man. Yeah, I'm letting know. You want to do one that don't have this guy all up in your videos. Because he's looking at it. He was not an actual performer.
That's true.
He was smart. Don't get me wrong. Diddy was smart. He built that business up now, so it took some smarts to do it. I don't agree with everything he's done, but you're not going to say the man completely idiot. He built up a multi-billion-dollar corporation.
Yeah,
So that still takes some intelligence along with the criminalism, you know, with the criminalization he had as well. Somebody said agreed. What she said there, agreed. Kim tried to keep herself looking clean, tried to make herself look like a victim, and it didn't work in my. I 100%. She said agree. I'm telling you, yeah. Let me tell you something, man. Don't listen to these people, man. Once they start telling you the story, I told y'all about Gene Deal. You cannot tell that man how you got a story every other week, man. They've been interviewing that man since it happened. How you got a new story every time? It because he know for a fact he's been there and he's seen a lot of this stuff. These folks can believe what you want to believe. Okay, a man gonna tell, hey man, stay around 2 men going, we in here banging, don't let nobody in here. I'm going you to get butt plugged. Listen, as a security officer, I'm not telling him to quit his job because they gay. You're doing your job. But when y'all get in here, it booties hauled it like Usher. You knew Usher had to go to hospital because he penetrated him and he was hurting. You should go to jail. Why didn't you say something about that? You see what I'm saying? It's stuff he's saying. You know this because you said you're going to let Usher tell the story. You ain't going to tell what story is he going to, how do you know the story? See, this is what we got to do too. They might say, well, you keep people from being whistleblowers. Listen, I'm tired of people victimizing kids. Then when you get pissed because you ain't making no money, this is my trying to ride the train. A lot of these people, that's all I'm saying with you. Everybody, it's not making sense. You know too much. Yeah, Ken will beat up. You say, no, I ain't never seen it get beat because he know if I seen it, I do. Listen, me and Tula come out the room together. You see her going, she ain't beat up. She come out her eye black, her arm broke. Now you say, man, go play stupid, telling you ain't seen it.
Right.
Look like that we just went in. You heard the hollering. You hear the stuff getting thrown around. Still speculation.
Mm-hmm.
See, these people can get upset, but all we saying is this: is people, everybody is duping us. They're making you hate somebody else when you study you looking. How do you know this? You were there,
right?
I mean, I'm doing my job. Man, come on, man, y'all, come on. I just don't believe everybody. I just don't. That's why I'm at. I don't believe everybody. Jaguar Wright, I seen her today, a clip of her today. I sent it out to her. So, well, she's saying how she got stuff she could tell on Diddy, but she signed an NDA.
Oh, really?
She's saying now Diddy did her. She said, "John, don't make me." Hold on. If I see you quick when you just forward it to him, just let them see it. I don't want y'all to hear my mouth. I got some people we kind of walk through some things, and I try to let them look at some things. I want them. I said keep for references. I just want you to pay attention to this. What people are saying, because these people tell you a lot, and you pay attention to. You see, man, y'all just all scam artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all scam artists. Okay, let me just say this. See, you just get there. Listen, it should be at the front. If you don't mind, before we go. Confederate, good to see you.
Yeah.
Hey, how y'all doing tonight?
I don't see you on live streaming. Where you be on YouTube? Where you be? I don't see
Yeah, I'll be on the Telegram.
Oh, okay. I see. I don't know myself. I'm used to. I see YouTube. And I see the YouTube thread. Then I see who up on the board as far as you know.
Yeah, I watched I watched Kahal on Telegram.
Okay.
And then when it comes on for some reason I like how you got it formatted, because when I watch it on Telegram, it'll switch it over to YouTube, but you can't just pull it up on just regular YouTube.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, so you're watching it on YouTube? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's, and I recall you sending me a memo saying don't pass nothing out, which I don't do and haven't done and don't intend on doing. So yeah, that's the way I watched Kahal. But I just want to say hello to everyone tonight, to pop my head in to the one and only Love Doctor, man. You look debonair, man, and that white on white, man, with the dark shades on, man. Yeah, you really doing it.
That white shows his purity. He's still untouched.
He's still a newlywed.
Married couple. He's still untouched. He hoping tonight he'll be able to put on something else. Don't like that.
Good to see you, ma'am. To Resident Dr. Joe, to the one and only, the Honorable Tony Smith. This is your neighbor, Confederate State 48, saying hit that like, hit that subscription, hit the share, and definitely hit the cash out. It's just good to see y'all. Yeah. Just going through a rough patch, just health wise, but Yahuwah is too. But yeah, great broadcast tonight. I told my wife I had to make it tonight, despite of I took like a little power nap, got up, and then the broadcast was on. So I kind of been looking in it, peeping in and out as what's going on. I had heard a couple of the segments. I want to share with y'all in the event that y'all hadn't shared it tonight about the fourth grader finding the second grader hung in a bathroom in Baltimore, Maryland. Did y'all cover that story?
No.
Yeah, since we were talking about the children, I found that was a really disturbing piece that's not getting the national exposure as it should, because our children are being left behind educational wise on all fronts. You know what I mean? And it's sad to see that most of these children are left to raise themselves, and they're being neglected and being taken advantage of by these adults. And like I said, if these adults want to do these nefarious acts, leave these children out of it. We in a society that is just, it's destruction has accelerated just because of that factor. The taking advantage of the innocent. And it's just appalling just to know, how these people conduct themselves. But again, wonderful broadcast tonight. You guys always bring forth some current events, real topics, things that, can really make you ponder and consider where are we as a society. And I'm really grateful, to know that. Man, I know that you are a avid exercise person, but you built like a doggone 30-year-old, man, and keep putting to work.
Listen, man.
Nobody was expecting that phone call to be made.
Hold on one second, y'all. No, you just hold on one second. Wayno, you got that playing. Nobody know what you're doing.
You put part of the clip on. I can hear the audio, but I don't see in the video.
Yeah, you just.
Oh, I thought it was muted. I'm sorry. I was trying. It's 30 minutes long. I'm trying to listen.
No. It ain't gonna get that far. Once you play it, it ain't gonna be short. He get through with that.
Truly, they say you're jealous now because they said that preacher is built like a 30-year-old.
Oh yeah, he had that. Listen, and I come in. Listen, I work out with some young guys, and they try to kill me, man. I want them to hear this one little clip right quick, and I want that story you said that we can just show it briefly.
He wasn't expecting to get that phone call.
Look. Turn it up.
Nobody was expecting that phone call to be made.
I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. The what? All the boxes left over from the pizza. All the boxes. Okay. Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about.
Is the attorney who made the phone call, and why it was parceled out to social media as paperwork had been served. And I'm not saying allegedly, Sean. And you're lucky I signed the NDAs that I did. Otherwise, I would tell them about all the things that I did with you when I was underage.
All right, fam, let's dive in.
Whoa.
Wow. Ask them this. Ask them who been told them that she had all of them played a part. Have I not told y'all that? They know.
Of course you have.
How would you know all that? Why, if I'm doing homosexual stuff, you come in, right? Why would I be coming up just do this in front of you?
Right.
Why would I be doing all this stuff in front of you? From Jay-Z, you see, she stays mad with Jay-Z.
Yeah, she does.
Because he cut her career off, cut off from making money. You was a player, and you try to change up, and then they don't want to use you anymore. Then it's my whole life gonna be dedicated to come at Jay. I ain't saying these people not right, okay? I ain't trying to destroy Jay. I'm just telling y'all something I need y'all to start thinking. I told y'all about these people. They know too much. Why they like they ask Ray J? Why these people calling you Ray J talking about trying to buy the tapes? Y'all gonna ask them that. They say, so celebrities are calling you, telling you about it. Why would they be confining you about buying tapes they're trying to cover up? He tells her, I mean, yeah, I mean, they trying to get it. Don't make why I'm trying to hide a tape. Why am I talking to you? And you all on CNN these shows talking about it.
Exactly.
Because you involved with what we're doing.
It could be just me. Do y'all remember the scandal a couple of years ago called the Pizzagate?
Yeah, it was. That's why they talking about
the pizza boxes.
Right. So I'm thinking that's what Diddy alluding to.
I think he's talking about tapes. The pizza, I think he's going with it, letting them, but people get pieces for parties too. Well, the kids are probably letting them know to get rid of them, but recycle them. Get rid of them, make sure you find them and move them around and keep them. Because the only thing keeping Diddy alive is the fact they don't have their hands on them tapes.
Right.
Yeah. The people who he got involved, they would have him dead already. But I'm sure he's giving his kids orders to release them tapes. Anything happen to me, let them go. Start shooting them out.
Yeah.
And he tell them to get rid of them because, see, what's believed allegedly is, see, when they came Homeland Security, they was not coming for they did not lock up, did it? They trying to say that those Sono people, he had already told them about them on the tapes. That's why they sent them in there to go through their house. They were trying to get them. They knew I watched one with a CIA person. She said it. They was trying to get into his walls. He had put some of those tapes in the wall. They like when you looking for those little not junk drive, those little what you call those little stuff USB. They said they so smart you could put them in the walls. So what made them know that he had them in the walls? Remember they had a drone in the house. Never seen them come in and put a drone in a house.
Oh, they had it.
If you look at the video, they show the drone was flying through the house.
What?
They looking for those. They were trying to get. They were going through his safe. You look. They went through his safe. They were going through his stuff because they were trying to get their hands on them tapes. That's the only thing.
Yeah, he had a.
That's why they get change of venue, but they not no fool. They got to get him out of jail, but you gotta watch him because he could do damage. Cause think about it when he got here. You know what they gonna let them know? I ain't going back.
Right.
So now
by no means.
Exactly. I ain't going back. And they know they gotta make sure he don't go back. But now you got the public eye watching. So if you move it the wrong way, you gotta make it look like incompetence. Then when you get it out, like even with this, notice this. As soon as all this happening, supposedly, allegedly, Kamala Harris' name is on the tape. Along with other people. All of a sudden, Joe Biden out of nowhere tell Ukraine you can start shooting rockets into Russia. Russia shoot a ballistic bomb. Now we're looking at this stuff going nuclear. They talking about nuclear. They're going to fade the people away. Only way you get this information, you have to go through YouTube and watch videos to learn it. People are trained to watch the news. If it ain't on the news, it ain't real. If it was real, it'd be on the news. You got you got people alleged Oprah Winfrey, all these big name people. These people control media. She has her own media page. So these people got, this is something people don't know. Do you know when newscasters get arrested all the time, DUI, other stuff? They don't do stories on that because all the newscasters know they do stuff too. They don't do stories on unless it's something huge they get out. You don't do it. We had news people that were right here, and one of them, baby daddy, was the chief of police. And I knew people that knew him and that told every one of them if it got out, they were losing their job. She would get arrested for DUI and they would have to cover it up because her baby daddy was chief of police.
Wow. You know what, Rob? It's strange you say that because Trump had nominated what is his name? Matt Gaetz as being, but then he just recently withdrew himself from after the special meeting. He just withdrew himself from the candidacy of being the AG. So I'm looking like, man, how far does this thing go?
Well, I think with Matt Gaetz was going to be fighting the FBI. See, this is what people don't realize with Trump. And I sent out a video. I told everybody to watch it with the white guy, Jonathan Oddie, the one who was arrested for shooting up the hotel. I put it. I told everybody, I said, you need to watch this video. Watch it in its entirety. Listen to what he's saying. If you're an avid news watcher, you understand that. You understand everything that he's saying. He's not crazy. He's correct on everything he's saying. They just not paying attention. Everything he told them people, this is the thing. This is the thing. He goes to Trump Hotel, shoots up Trump Hotel. You have very little about that. He moves on to tell them about Sean Combs. That was the only way he can get their attention.
Wow.
In that hotel, he did not have a problem. He explained to them that Trump is related to Hillary Clinton. He told them they're all related. He told them, he said they're all, that's not John Kerry who ran against Bush, him and Bush and John Kerry cousins.
Right, yeah.
And they're all related to the Queen of England. They were all related to Abraham Lincoln, Gerald Ford, George Washington. What's the chance that you related to all these people and you become president?
That's right. Dang.
All these people are related. And that's what he was telling. And he told them that Trump turned his back on them. Trump was supposed to get rid of the corruption and he stopped. That's why they got him out of there. He did not do what he was supposed to do. It's too many hands. He's already calling for unity now. Because Sean Combs tied to too many people.
Right.
And Elon Musk, he's also supposed to be part owner in the X too.
Who, Elon Musk?
No, Diddy.
What?
Diddy's supposed to be one of the investors in the X.
Man,
a lot of hands are moving. It's a lot of move. People don't have any idea. Why y'all think they keep it on YouTube? YouTube show what? Jokes, people doing crazy dumb stuff. So you get people from thinking. They don't think critical thinkers are not there.
Right. Because I do know, I did read a piece some years ago about the 16 colonies they were 16 families that settled here in the United States, and that's how they broke off and became, your parties, and how they divvied out the states. Because before they were called states, they were called territories, and they were all issued out under the 16 colonies. And so all of those were family members that broke off, and they made an allegiance called a Confederate. And then they went all over, and then they formulated all the states, because I think Arizona became a state in 1918. And I'm just like, man, all these people are related, like you just said. So it really does make sense. Like, and then you look at McKinley is the only president that done what President Trump is now doing, that won the election, lost an election, came back and ran again.
And won.
So you looking like, what's the irony in that? Like, it's like history repeating itself, but then it's just a recycling of individuals. Like you said a couple years back, you say all these people are the same, they just change their names.
I try to tell these people, man, let's do the electric slide. It's the hustle.
Right.
It's the hustle. They keep saying electric slide. It's the hustle. They gotta do the hustle. So they played people out called Dancing Cloud and came back holler electric slide. I remember in the 80s when that song first came out, early 80s.
Right.
You came to us electric. Then everybody came with electric slide. Now, it wasn't nothing but the hustle.
Right.
These folks that make up stuff as they going. It's the same thing, and they just change the name, and these people think they got something new. Andrew asked about seeing him, somebody in the sad plan. I say something. He said it's putting his children in danger. Well, his kids already in danger. They part of the but only way he keeping their kids alive is with the tape. They would have killed his kid, but they know he can get the tape out. Only thing Saban did is that tape. Those tapes are keeping him alive.
Yeah. That's his insurance policy of sorts.
So you got to remember how they got to move. They got to figure out this. How do you wipe him and his family out of those tapes without everybody pointing fingers back? Because you can't leave him alive. He's always got that leverage, and you always got to pay him. See, the system is designed to keep paying nobody. They're not going to let. This is the thing. They're working this whole thing. They know he's never going to give you an original tape, but your tape, you want to see what he has though. It's one thing, it's out there. I need to know what you got so I can see what I need to do to you.
Right.
And depending on how that tape is, hey, it's all, listen, whatever happened at that point, you got to die in your family. So that's a lot going on.
And if they do, what's the name, release any of those tapes, they're gonna be redacted anyways. You know what I mean? They're not gonna be something.
They're not gonna show them to us. They're not gonna show us the tape. First of all, it's involving minors. The jury, no jury people gonna be some selected people they're gonna pick that ain't gonna get to write a book and go tell them what they saw.
Right, like a special
counsel. It's gonna be so messy. It's gonna be so covered up. We don't know. We might wind up going to full scale war with Iran. This won't even be important.
Yeah.
It's too many. I'm telling you. Listen, there's no way for this to come out. People can look at. I got people. We got a thread. We go through, and I send them stuff. I say, hey, somebody sent a video, had nothing to do with nothing, so that person know that done. I'm like, I don't know what was you thinking. This had nothing to do with nothing, but I try to get them time. I tell them, keep this for reference. Keep this for FYI. I want you to just pay attention to some things, and they'll see things I told them. They'll say, you seen some people call. They said, "Oh, man, listen, see, yes, you did." There's another one. Yes, you did. Why they listen? Another one said, you called it 100%. They'll tell you. I be telling them, I said, listen, I know how this thing's going to go. Okay. Y'all gotta remember, TD Jakes is not the only preachers involved.
Joel Osteen, probably.
You know how many preachers follow under this man and fall up under his wing? They fall under because the average of these pastors are homosexuals today.
Yeah.
So they already, you won't find these homosexuals. It's gonna be far and in between. You're gonna find they ain't gonna be in the kids.
Right.
I know they're gonna holler. Not every one of them. I got you. Tell it to somebody else. It's too far in between, and I ain't looking to find out which is who. I just tell you already, you're doing something that's already against nature. They don't see nothing wrong. They already were pushing before to say that when kids get molested, that there's something in the kid's mind. They were pushing. Resident Joe, you ever heard that before? that they were trying to blame the kids for being the
Oedipus complex, what it's called, Dr. Joe.
They're trying to say that the kids are basically agitating these guys to sleep with them. That the kids partially respond. You've heard this, am I correct?
Yes, you're
They're
correct.
trying to put this on the books for a justification for a man being a child molester. This is what I'm getting at, people.
Crazy.
Kamala were pushing for the homosexual training, even for prisoners. People
Yeah.
voted for these people. Y'all sick. This
They were trying to legalize pedophilia, yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to tell you that it's the child. The child is the one causing this. This is real, and this is what get me with people. They want, but you're a Democrat. You ain't gotta. You stop being loyal to a party and look at what best fit what best fit the people. And we don't need people with that kind of rhetoric. Push it
Right.
You in the wrong body. It's a mistake. If you made a mistake in the wrong body,
Right.
it don't make unlock the door to the prison. Nothing's right. If he
For
got this
real.
wrong, how everything else right? Maybe a tree is really water.
Mm.
Maybe water grass.
Yeah.
Man.
You making dumb mistakes like this. You trapping
Yeah.
people in the wrong body, and we supposed to trust everything else you're doing? Man, get a life. Get a life, people. That's retarded.
Do y'all recall the nursery rhyme the Brothers Grimm wrote back in, I guess, I don't know, the 18th century or the 19th century?
3, 6,
Hansel
9,
and Gretel.
the goose drink wine, the monkey chewed the back on the free throw line, the line broke, the monkey got choked. Ain't it one? No, it's a different.
No, I'm talking about the one about Hansel and Gretel.
Oh,
Do y'all recall that one?
No, I
I
wasn't.
remember Hansel and Gretel story being
So
real.
it was about 2 kids going out into the wilderness, in the woods, and they ran across this house where this old lady lived, and they wind up going inside, and the lady wind up putting them in the oven. Y'all don't recall that one?
Oh yes. Well, I remember.
The story.
I remember that story.
But remember, they left breadcrumbs.
Yes, but yes.
And when did a troll or something?
My grandpa used to tell me that
Stop
story.
it, man. You think Billy Goat? Stop it, man. You think about
My grandpa used to tell me that story. I remember that he remembered the way back because of the little breadcrumbs that
and
he
dropping
left.
breadcrumbs because they were looking for trouble.
But when you think about how twisted a mind has to be for a nursery rhyme to entail children getting lost and going upon a stranger, elderly lady's home, and then turn around and wind up in an oven being.
Do y'all know, I talked about Hansel and Gretel years ago, and I told them kids were serial killers. They
You
out
did.
here in the wood. I told them years ago, these are serial killers that they sent out. You already had another plot. Why would you dropping breadcrumb for your trail to go somewhere you ain't been before? You already had another intent. So,
Right.
although they made us a nursery rhyme and something to give the kid, these people always have another agenda. So
Yeah.
you program kids early. Red light, green light, stop, all that. Yellow light,
Yeah.
stop. Remember that? Red light, green light, stop. Simon Says.
Yes.
Our screen to get you to follow. It's so
I
many.
didn't know how dark that other nursery rhyme was when I heard somebody recite the extended version of it. It's something like hustle the baby, don't say a word. And then it said something about if you cross the stream, you see a crocodile and scream. I'm like, what in the world? Like, you just sit back and think about this stuff like, man, how did we allow these stories to be told and they were supposed to bring comfort to children? I mean, like, doesn't that cause trauma? Resident Joe, I mean, it should cause trauma to young minds to like.
I don't like. You mean the nursery rhymes if they cause trauma?
I mean, when you actually look into the as Zara would say, the etymology of these things, like,
I think it hinders a part of the brain, but the kids are so innocent; they're not seeing it to the point
Right.
that it will cause trauma.
I mean,
But when you,
what does traumatize? What about the fact that you let them sit around and they celebrate somewhat witches, goblin, goon, and killing and watching? And they're so scared they can't get out of the bathroom and go take a piss. But you get some
Right.
kids. So you teach a kid that it's okay to have witches, goblin, goons, killing, kidnapping, flying out as long as you get some candy.
Yeah, that's trauma.
Then
Yeah,
what's
those
your movie? Michael Myers, who kills people in his neighborhood, and that's what
Yeah.
people use to trick or treat.
And he was a
comes out
kid
to
when he
Halloween.
started his killing spree.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but these so we open our kids up to be susceptible to, hey, look, what they go through with being child trafficking is less than what they go through for Halloween when you really look at some of the trauma in a sense. You know, look, the movies, the cartoons are violent, scary, ghost, goblin, everything bad, killing, cutting up. I remember the movie, you remember, man, those movies were vicious. Jason, he killed you viciously.
Yeah.
Michael, it was Freddy. I mean, you look, you like somebody head off, cutting them
Yeah.
up, they're screaming, snatch you up and drag you, hollering, and you in the air, you choking. Then you see the blood run down, and you see him watching it. They desensitize us.
Yes.
About one another.
That's right, preacher. And then
Listen.
just to remember that they are people like that in real life.
And the thing
Well-
is, though, the people started loving the character.
Yeah.
Right.
You forget all about the people that got killed. Say, what's the name of the girl got killed? Who? Man, I watch it. Freddie, man.
You're
Freddie
right.
ain't no joke. Man, Jason crazy. Mike, we wound up loving the people doing the killing. That's why these people do it now.
Yeah, but Love Doctor, did you see that? Find that article? That news clip about the
Hanging.
fourth grader being the second grader being hung in Baltimore, Maryland.
I found another article. It's a lot of articles, so
Oh, okay. But
those-
yeah,
but let me find out more about her being hung in Baltimore. It's sad. A lot of kids are
Crazy.
school teachers are molesting with kids. There's so many articles coming up.
Yeah,
this
I'm not surprised with that.
Not molestation though.
This is a kid found dead, hanging.
dead hung by fourth grader.
The fourth grader hung or the fourth grader found them?
The fourth grader allegedly hung a second grader.
Oh
Hold
wow.
on, hold on, wait.
There's a lot of
Okay, so
things
this
going
ain't
on in
about no
Baltimore.
sexually molesting. This is about somebody getting hung.
Yeah, this is about a alleged murder.
He said that the first time.
Hey, it's late. It's past my bedtime. My brain going in and out.
That's why you still got that white on.
I thought Rob was gonna tell you about the turtle head.
Yeah, that's what he got on the turtle head. That was sticking out. He got a turtle neck. So what's still got the turtle neck, the turtle head?
Oh my god.
All right, what I need to type in?
Boy,
second grade student found hung in bathroom, Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, he didn't die. Okay. He was hung by another boy.
Yes.
New developments now on an alarming incident involving two students in a bathroom at a Charles County elementary school. The family of a second grader tells us an older student left him dangling by his sweatshirt. Now, 7 News' Liana Golden is learning that the school district will take disciplinary action.
Well, the school district is putting part of this major online controversy to rest. The superintendent says the district has no reason to believe that the incident was race-related or that there was intent for anyone to get hurt. She also says, though, there will be disciplinary consequences because of the serious nature of the incident.
Everyone just needs to know how serious this situation is, which is why people are hearing our voices.
Tonight marks nearly 48 hours after this post went viral. A Barnhart Elementary School mom appalled at her son's condition after he was found dangling by his sweatshirt on a hook in the school's bathroom. An incident staff originally called, quote, horseplaying between him and a fourth grader before announcing an official investigation.
Emotionally, he's pretty traumatized.
He's alive.
The boy's
He's
mom
alive.
spoke to me Sunday
He's
evening
alive.
with the 7-year-old boy's father at her side, both choosing to remain anonymous.
His face, his physical appearance is just,
Bruised.
I can't even explain. Like, I don't want to see my child like this.
He still has bruises on his neck, around his face, like right up under his eyes. He has like string that was put on his neck.
Disturbing images, to say the least, which CCPS claims were not intentional. Their Monday evening statement after reviewing camera footage reads, quote, "Based on our investigation so far, we have no reason to believe this was race-related or there was any intent for anyone to be hurt. However, disciplinary consequences following the CCPS Code of Student Conduct are being imposed due to the serious nature of this incident."
I want to know the other child's side of the story. I want to know what made you want to do this to my child. I want the parents also. Since he's a minor, I want someone to be held accountable for what happened to my child.
The district says they also reviewed staff protocols in place for student restroom use, ensuring students are traveling to bathrooms in pairs, reminding staff of existing protocols related to hallway and bathroom monitoring.
I want hallway monitors to be monitoring the hallways for kids. I want the second graders and the fourth graders to not be around each other.
Right.
So this doesn't happen again.
CCPS says that neither student is currently attending the school. The mother of the second grader says that she plans to take her son out of the school for good. Reporting in Waldorf tonight, I'm Liana Golden, 7 News.
And the school system says the Charles County Sheriff's Office is conducting its own investigation. The superintendent also says she's working with Barnhart Elementary principal to schedule a meeting with the school community. We'll continue to keep you updated on this case.
That could have turned down a lot worse. Which tell you the race of the kid, because they keep saying it's not racial, so it's telling you already that it was a black and white situation. And he was picking on a kid that was younger than him, and they don't want to deal with the situation accordingly. I mean, he was hanging on a hook. I thought maybe a rope was around his neck. He was dead. I was reading the story while y'all was letting the place. I saw it because it come on the story. It said he was injured. I was like, so he's not dead, but still, it's the fact that things like this happen, you know. And you got your two cases looking at. This is possibly 8 to 9 years old. What grade? 9 years old. I was 10 in the 5th grade. So it's like 8 or 9. 4th grade. So it just show you, you know, and you got to start looking at what the kid watches on social media, what's going on in the home.
Right.
Yeah, when you get kids, if it is a racist situation, or racism plays a part, you got to look at how a child is reared. You got to look at what they're watching. It plays a major part. I mean, I thought, hey, pick a kid up and hang him up on the hook and leave him. You don't know what show he watches on you, social media, you know, the outlets you give these parents. Now they get their kids every outlet. Everything. I watch my he got the phone. Watch the kid got this kid got. It's too much going on. You got to monitor what your kid watch. The brain is developing, so it's picked up stuff. Are you sitting around being this kid thinking it's okay, safe, it's not safe, because you don't know what part it plays in the child's development and how it's going to affect the outcome of the decision. You know, they watched Jerry, told got a skillet, went around swinging, trying to hit Jerry in the head, or they come back to hit somebody in the head, they hit their shoulder, and they just pull their head back out. You don't realize you severely damage somebody, kill them, call them. You gotta teach them reality from fiction. And a lot of these parents don't. They leave it to the television to do it. Oh, they know it's a cartoon. They don't know that that's not fiction. That is not fiction. They think it's reality. You know, you take a dynamite, get to anything, and the thing blows up, face flat, and one string of hair on the head. Then the next segment, all their hair back in their well. So a kid got a piece of dynamite, get their hand on something. Why they think it's gonna kill somebody?
Right.
You gotta teach the kids reality.
But and at that age too, I can never recall me being in elementary school and being able to go to the restroom.
Roy Kadai, you heard of your algorithm on him? Don't be introducing all these words on him we don't be using. Go ahead.
Okay. But yeah, I can't recall. I recall going to the restroom in groups back in elementary school. We all went to the bathroom all together. Then we were escorted back to our classes, but not to just roam the halls freely, you know, especially in the 4th and the 2nd grade. But again, you know, we just, as they say, you give the kids the keys to the kingdom, and they don't know what to do. I mean, like you said, they're looking at these cartoons, they're looking at these animated series, and they think they can, jump off buildings and fly and do this and then do that. But then when the parent or the guardian step in and kind of get them, a stark reality of what's reality and what's not. But then, the adults spend more time on the phones than the children do. Looking up TikToks and all this other goofy stuff. Just like I just don't get it. I'm kind of glad I grew up in the era that I did, that we didn't have all this, technology and everything you had at your fingertips, and then you can get an answer in nanoseconds. Sometimes we had to wait till the newspaper came out on Sunday, and that was a big thing. You watched, the Archies and all the comics in the Sunday's paper. My uncle and granddad, they would get the classified section, the sports section. My grandmother
Ziggy, Ziggy and that too.
Right.
Ziggy turning stuff, which way he turned, and some stuff he did.
Right, and Dagwood and all of that stuff. And then, my grandmother would get the coupons and cut the coupons out of the newspaper on Sunday, because that's when you got all your coupons and everything like that. But now it's like, wow, man, what are we doing right now? It's just
everything online.
It's a lot. I tell you, I think the most nefarious thing we had growing up back in my time was Jet Magazine, The Beauty of the Week, and maybe Ebony Magazine. That was something
got
that
we Black X. Jet and Ebony Magazine. You want a black home? That's what you're gonna have. For home, Jet, Ebony, and TV Guide.
TV Guide.
You weren't gonna have no Time and no Sports Illustrated.
No, and no National Geographics.
No.
That was you have.
That's all the Jet Magazine. You pull them out and stick them on the back of your door.
That's right.
We definitely missed that. He said, I love the living section of the newspaper. Also, I want to know about what did it mean you don't hear the effects on your voice? What effects on my voice? This man got something going on. I'll fight you tomorrow. The parents on both sides have to be in shambles. No reasonable person sent their kid to school to bully or be bullied. It's that situation for everyone. But exactly, that's how we got to look at their kids. We got work to do. Let's work to fix. Everybody, that's what I suggest. Let's work on ourselves. Advice we got tonight is let's work on self. Let's make sure what part we playing. Are we playing the proper role to better our society? Or are we the cause of our society just more or less just disintegrate? I encourage every one of you, make a change, and start with yourself. Everything you see wrong in people, make sure that you're not a portrayal of yourself. Hey, we always appreciate y'all letting us come in y'all home every week and do what we do. Y'all know what I'm gonna tell you. If anybody asks you, do you mind? You tell them you always mind. Every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. right here on Two Mics and My Mind. Hey, if nobody told you they love you, hey, we love you. And our language is called a hug. Truly love Dr. Resident Joe. Take us home.
Yeah. Confetti 48, start us off with a good saying for the night. What you got?
Oh my goodness. If you do not participate in change, you are participating in destruction.
I like that. I like that. That's a good one. Dr. Joe, what you got?
Be intentional in working in yourself.
Okay. No, we're gonna shoot it down. Make sure you stand with what you're saying, otherwise you're playing. And
say that one again, preacher.
I like that.
Preacher, why you shut my down?
Make sure you're staying with what you're saying, or otherwise you're playing.
I like that.
What about Resident Joe?
Resident Joe was good. Hope y'all were good. I like both of y'all.
Be intentional. I feel like people need to be intentional.
You heard that noise?
I like both of y'all.
One love, Dr.
Stop playing and start self-reflecting. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say. Stop playing and start self-reflecting.
Reflecting.
There it is.
You
That's
said
what I'm gonna say.
deflecting. I like deflecting. I don't know
What you got for us, Tuli?
Official one.
Change.
Look, Andrew said,
Say that
take your
again, Tuli.
time in this thing called life. And Kieran said, boom.
Tuli, I ain't hear yours. What you said, Tuli?
Somebody said no to yours. Oh, he go here saying, what's your saying, Justin? I know we done now. He finna look something up. Come
Tuli,
on,
what
Sweetie.
you got, Tuli?
I'm waiting.
Waiting on what? We waiting on
I don't
you.
know. Hey, it's time to go. It's time to pack up, go to bed. I don't know what you're waiting on now. You don't
This
have
is this
had
saying
2.5
right here.
hours to take a fuck. Come on now.
He should have put January. You
If
should
you
have put
Hispanic, don't
January.
panic. Oh, that's funny.
You should have put that January the 23rd. That when Trump take office. Be like Sugar State. Please take.
You don't tell no grown man that respect. You don't want no grown man to do that.
You ain't never
don't
Sugar
understand
Stay
shit.
Sweet. Stop it. All right, what we got?
Tuli, what you got for us, girl?
This is you want mine? Change comes from more than $1 bill. Okay.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I can live with that.
I literally made that up, bro.
I believe
I'm proud of you. That's the first time.
I guarantee you, I believe you made it up.
She literally made that up.
Shalom, y'all. Plantation and Massel on one day later. LOL. That's good to see you there. Good to see you. So, all right, what we got now?
Yeah, what we got, Tuli? What's your official one? Come on.
Okay, Dwayne. Let's see. My official one is. Oh, speaking about change, let me see. Ooh. I got it. Oh, I'm gonna leave out with a thought.
Hello?
No. Wait. Let me see. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Can you hear Tony?
Yes.
They don't think it be like it is, but it do. Please throw that one in the trash.
Wow.
Right.
It's hard
I
for
like
people
that there,
to think
Lawson.
more of themselves to think how about you. That's a good one. Go ahead, Tula, what you got?
All right. Oh.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking.
Accept people as they are, but place them where they belong.
That's strong. I like that.
You should, especially the one you did.
I like that, Tuli.
Confederate
That's
whether you
great
get
job.
better. So that's what-
I had another one, but I had to follow Confederate, so my brain just switched.
No, you have to
That's
just give
all
them
right.
one.
Well, y'all
Come
did
here,
good.
Farmer. Whatever. You just go and break it with gin and take out that white.
Yeah, I got work to do. I don't know about y'all. I got work to do. I got to go to bed early. So I got to get up early.
See that? I know he ain't going to bed to do here. They got to go to bed early. Get up. He trying to tell her why so she don't touch him. God, you know I got to get up here. You know I got to get up here. You know I got to get up at 15 o'clock. What time is 15 o'clock?
That's all right. Yeah, I'm leave y'all little birds.
Don't look
Y'all
at
go ahead.
Don't look.
I appreciate y'all. It's been real good. Any other comments?
Whatever.
All right.
Don't look
We'll have you.
Dr. Joe, Mike's on the mind on
All All right, you do something better. I'll do something better. We'll be better together. Until
And
next
then she'll come up with something better than $1 for change. Don't get you gonna miss
Yo,
on home.